Hello everyone, my name is Becky and I'm here to tell my story. All through grade school, high school, and even in college, I didn't take drugs. I didn't look for drugs. My friends didn't hound me for drugs. I got through it all. It was all great. I did good. In other words, I was a good kid. Mom and dad, they had it, had a good kid. At least I thought. So anyway, in 2001, I was living in Alabama, and I decided to move to Tennessee because my mom's health was declining. And, well, she had heart failure, and it was hard for her to get around and stuff, so I thought, well, I'll go help her, and plus I need a change. So, and let me tell you something, I'm not blaming this on my mother. I know what was wrong with my mother, what she did, but my mom sent me out to buy her some Valium, okay? And she didn't say, hey, you ought to try some. She didn't say, here you go, here's you a couple, try it, you'll like it. But she asked me to go buy it for her. So I did this for a couple months. And I finally asked the guy, I said, you know, what is it that Mom gets? I'd like to try a couple. And he gave them to me, and I bought them, and I liked them. So I kept coming back and getting more. The guy finally, he said, I've also got pain pills if you thought you might like them better. Unfortunately, I did. So here I am. I'm going to start going out, and I'm going to start buying these pain pills, and time slowly creeps up, and next thing you know, a couple of years goes by, and now it's 2003. Mom was getting worse. They ended up putting a pacemaker in my mom, in her, and by March 4th, 2004, my mom passed away. She was only 53. I was hurt, angry, and felt cheated mostly because, she was so young. I felt she should have stayed here longer than she did. But that was my opinion. A few weeks earlier, I got to know Mom more than I ever did. And I'm blessed that I did. I'm glad that I did. I received a 401k from Lowe's, and it was for $33,000. By July, August, I was broke, and I took everything in sight. Foolish? Yep, I know. Excuse? No excuse. I know, but I did it to numb myself from my mom's passing. And I shouldn't even use that excuse. But I did. My daughter was 3.5. And I shared joint custody with my ex. I went and picked her up. God was with me that day. Because I don't remember driving back. I drove from Birmingham to Oak Ridge. And my sister, when I got here, was following behind me. I was all over the road. She said, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you're going to the hospital. I took so many pills that it formed liquid on my lungs, and I got double pneumonia. And you would think that would, make me stop taking. No. But anyway, I had to call my ex to get my daughter. I was in the hospital for about a week. My ex actually wanted me to come back and live with him. Well, when you get a divorce, you always leave for a reason. Well, I left him for a reason, and I didn't want to go back. I didn't have feelings for him or anything. So my dad and sister insisted because they didn't want to help me. Well, I went back to Alabama with him. I told him only as a friend, though. So he come up with a scheme because he knew I was taking drugs. He started buying Valium online. I don't think you can do that anymore. I don't know about that, but I don't think you can anymore. But he started buying them online for me, and I would perform sexual favors for him. For the Valium, so that I could have something. And instead of telling me to stop taking it, that's how much he cared about me. Anyway, so basically, I had to do stuff like that, for him. I even wanted to go to Georgia to see my aunt, and he made me do that with him, and I ended up pregnant with my son. And I am proud of myself. I didn't take anything while I was pregnant. Nothing. I didn't take one pill while I was pregnant. After I had my son, I was stupid enough to start taking pills again. What? Really? I finally get away from my ex in 2010. I did good for a little while till I got laid off at work. A neighbor that lived across from me said that I could move in with her. Well, it sounded all great and wonderful until she decided she was going to start treating me like I'm a slave. And that's what she did. And so she knew I had a drug problem too, and guess what she did? She gave me pills for cleaning. Really? That's same thing. I talk too much to these people. That's what it is. I talk way too much. Talk. Oh, so this went on for a year, and, I left something out. She gave me pills to slide merchandise while I was a cashier at Dollar General, okay? I slid merchandise, and I took the fall for everybody there. I didn't tell them not one soul. I was on probation for 2 years because of it. 2 years. So, in the middle of all that, I decided that I'm going to go, and move back to Tennessee and get my life back together. I couldn't take it no more. So, after a year of living with this person, I moved back to Tennessee. And I actually did good for a little while, I did really good. I was on my own. I did real good. And then I ran into old friends. Well, guess what? I started taking again. It was going on 2012, and I was so tired of the same crap every day. So tired of it. My cousin was dating someone that took pain pills. My aunt and uncle that I was living with at the time was having pain issues, and they knew that I had a past that, maybe I could find something somewhere or whatever. So, I asked my cousin's boyfriend if he'd sell me some of them, and he said he would. So he took me home that night, and my cousin wasn't with us, of course, and he decided he was going to throw himself on me. So, I got out of that situation, but I flew into my aunt's house, and I threw the pills down, and I said, not anymore. This is the last time. So, I hope you enjoy them. And they cried because they didn't think that would happen to me, but it did. But it's all said and done. I just letting you know what happened. I finally met my husband now. It was 2012. I told myself I'd just quit cold turkey. And I actually did pretty good for a little while, and until my husband decided we'd move into this home And it was right beside his friend and his wife. My husband didn't know my past. And my husband didn't know that neither one of them took pills. So, guess what started happening? I started using again. She would pay me pills to clean her house. Sound familiar? Pay me pills to clean her house and, whatever odds and ends that I do. And so, I finally told David that they started stealing from us and stuff. And so it was time for us to go. We actually had to sneak out of the house because this woman was such a bully. There's no way she would have let me just go on my own. There's no way. So we snuck out of the house and got out of there. So I thought that was kind of funny. Oh. But because they supplied me with pills, I continued to see these two people. I hid the fact that I still see them too with my husband. Knowing how we both feel about them. I did it. Okay? That was dumb. Because it was nothing but misery. The woman, just gave me crap all the time. The last 3 times I ever talked to her, she made me cry the whole time that I was visiting her. So I told myself, guess what? It's time for you to go. Bye. And I ain't talked to her since. And that was Thanksgiving of 2016. I'm proud of myself on that one. So anyway. Whew. I still found people even after I moved out. And it started getting out of control around 2018. So, one of my husband's friends kind of told on me. And, so I got caught, but it was a blessing. We fought really, really, really hard. But, you know what? It was good in the end because he's actually supporting me now. There was something that I left out about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years ago. I was at work and, well, you know how it is, when you're an addict, you take stuff and you take stuff. And, well, I took several things and I thought, enough's not enough. You just got to keep taking, take. So I decided to go ahead and get me another pill. And, so I took it, and guess what? I fell out on the floor, and I died. Okay? It made my sugar go up to almost 400, and everyone said that I went into a diabetic coma. Folks, I'm here to tell you that I lied about that for 2 years until about 3 months ago. I lied about it and said I had a diabetic coma. Folks, I had a overdose. I almost killed myself because of drugs. Okay, it's nothing to play with, especially with the fentanyl going around. If you're doing, any kind of drug, get off of it. That's all I can say. My influences, okay, I'm going to close after this. But my influences, let me tell you something. I've got a little girl that looked up to mommy. Well, guess what? Guess what mommy did most of her life? Drugs. Guess what my little kid's doing? Drugs. I'm here to tell you, I'm going to get clean. I'm going to show my little girl that it's possible to do. I'm going to hold my head high, and I'm going to help my daughter get clean also. Please pray for me for that, because she's a beautiful, beautiful girl, and she don't deserve it because it's my fault. She don't deserve it. I know I didn't put it in her mouth, but let me tell you something. I feel responsible. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry for God. And I'm sorry to him so that he can see. So that he can help my little girl. And I hope he talks to her heart every day. Every day. Thank you for hearing my story. I hope it touched someone's life.